Hey, it's Rachel Cooke, your modern mentor. I'm the founder of Lead Above Noise, a firm specializing in activating workplaces, helping you discover ways to amplify performance and employee engagement together. We do leader boot camps, keynotes, and pulse checks. Just let us know what you need. So, I love my job. I love lots of things about it. That I get to be creative, to build relationships with all sorts of people, that I get to help infuse ease into stressful working situations. And something else I love is the incredible opportunity I have to spend time in lots of different workplaces, across industries, for-profit, nonprofit, you name it, I've hung in it. This constant dipping in and out, it really allows me to see and feel what teams are experiencing kind of universally. Like, there are some things that are pretty unique to tech right now, and some others to healthcare, and on and on. But the things that seem to be living and breathing across it all, that's where I think we have the most to learn together. These days, unlikely to surprise anyone, it's the extraordinary pace and volume of change, like overnight whiplash-inducing change. Whether it's priority changes, resources being reallocated, reorganizations coming down, things are constantly changing on us, and we are just left to keep going. Frankly, it's kind of exhausting us, but we can't stop or slow the change. So what can we do? We can build up our resilience and our agility so that we're better equipped to power through it. And while those admittedly sound like buzzwords, today we're going to talk about some specific and tangible things that you can be doing to bulk these essential muscles up. First, give micro reskilling a shot. So we hear a lot about the importance of being a continuous learner, always building new skills to stay fresh and edgy. But sometimes we set the bar a little too high, and it freezes us like a deer in headlights. I'm not saying don't dream big. I'm saying set lots of small goals, achievable ones that ladder up to something bigger. Like maybe you're a marketer and you really want to build your skills around social media marketing. That's a big space. So rather than deciding to dive headfirst into the world of social media marketing, try taking a small bite. Like maybe just one platform or one form of social media like writing or video or audio. And just find a few quick hit ways to take in some knowledge. There are platforms out there like Blinkist or Coursera that offer quick book summaries of micro courses that allow you to learn in just minutes and moments versus weeks or months. You don't need a full-blown certification to do a new thing. You just need to know something more today than you knew yesterday, and then again tomorrow. Test, implement, and see how you feel. Do this until you hit a wall, and then decide, am I good? Or do I want to get certified in something new? As things continue to change around you, the more you know how to do, the more likely you'll be to find fresh, innovative approaches to managing that change. As things continue to change around you, the more things you know how to do, the more likely you'll be to find a fresh, innovative approach to managing that change. Next, teach others to learn. There's that old Mark Twain quote that I love. I wanted to write you a short letter, but I didn't have time, so I wrote you a long one instead. I love it because it's a delightful reminder that only when you understand something really well can you explain it simply and concisely. This is a lot of what I love about teaching, which is core to so much of what I do. When I'm building a workshop for a client, I generally start with a skeleton of 50 slides, and only as I get wiser about the content can I condense it down to 5 or 10. Teaching something to others really forces you to learn it so deeply you can help others make sense of it. So try hosting some informal coaching sessions or lunch and learns with your colleagues. You don't need to be an expert, just share what you've learned. This can be incredibly helpful to you and to them. Being able to take in lots of information on a topic, synthesize it, make sense of it, these are incredible drivers of resilience. Next time a change hits you overnight, if you can quickly take it in, make some sense, and find ways to explain it to others, it'll be that much less overwhelming. Next, try scenario swapping. Part of what makes change hard for us to handle is we get stuck in our ways, our daily rhythms, routines, and even just the people surrounding us. Scenario swapping is a fun way to kind of step into someone else's shoes and see things from their perspective. Grab someone you know and trust from another team or part of the company. Assign them a task on your to-do list or go wild and ask them to attend a meeting in your place. And then invite them to do the same with you. By taking on each other's work in small, digestible bites, you start to build safely a comfort with doing new things in new ways. After the swap, debrief on what you learned. Bringing fresh eyes to existing projects or processes can sometimes unlock really interesting inefficiencies or opportunities to innovate. You'll question things that they just took for granted and vice versa. Another important skill set to have in the face of never-ending change. And finally, track your progress. You've probably heard me yammer on about my bullet journal. It's my happy place. But I give you permission to use anything that suits you. An app, a tattoo, whatever you prefer in terms of tracking progress. It's like with my kids. I see them every day, and they always look the same to me. But when we're out and about and we bump into someone who hasn't seen them in years, there is always the gasp and the, "Oh my gosh, you got so big" dance. Resilience is like this. When we see it every day, we may not note the growth. And so we need to capture these tiny moments of testing and learning and winning, of the experiments we've run and the insights we've had, of the feedback that we've received from those appreciating our work. All this serves to remind ourselves of the progress we're making, even if it's slow, so our confidence grows, and so we have a great story to tell our boss during the performance management conversation. Being able to say, here are the proactive things I've done in service of pushing my agility and resilience, and these are the reasons you should have confidence in me in the face of continuous change. Resilience and agility really are more than buzzwords. They're essential for navigating the chaos plaguing our workplaces today. So don't be afraid to be creative, to be proactive, and to go build them for yourself. Join me next week for another great episode. Until then, visit my website at leadabovenoise.com. If your workplace could use an activation boost, a boot camp, a keynote, a pulse check, you choose. You can follow Modern Mentor on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Find and follow me on LinkedIn. Thanks so much for listening and have a successful week. Modern Mentor is a quick and dirty tips podcast. It's audio engineered by Dan Farabend. Our director of podcasts is Brandon Getchis. Our podcast and advertising operations specialist is Morgan Christensen. Our digital operations specialist is Holly Hutchings. And our marketing and publicity associate is Davina Tomlin.